I'd like to bake you sweet potato pie during the best month of the year. We'll make up new monsters, give them their stories, and we'll laugh. It's all becoming clear. I wanna be the one you dream about. I wanna light up your eyes and your heart. We could make life our movie with a really great Hollywood ending. I just don't know how. I gotta reach you somehow. That's why I wrote you this song. Hope I'm not coming on too strong. I just hate to see you snatched up. Let me draw your bath, love. Give us a chance. Your heart needs mending. Don't we deserve a Hollywood ending? Ooh, ooh, ooh. He says perception is reality. Well, we'll see. Here I am, setting my feelings free. Let's jump in the leaves and sip some coffee in our hollowed out tree. I wanna be the one you dream about. I wanna light up your eyes and your heart. We could make life our movie with a really great Hollywood ending. I just don't know how. I gotta reach you somehow. That's why I wrote you this song. Hope I'm not coming on too strong. I just hate to see you snatched up. Let me draw your bath, love. Give us a chance. Your heart needs mending, and don't we deserve a Hollywood ending? I think we do. I think you think we do too. Oh, now is our chance. Let's create our Hollywood ending. I hope I'm not pretending. Mary gets it. Oh, hello, hello. Welcome to Mary Gets It. Yes. That is my new song, Hollywood Ending. And I wrote that song actually a very long time ago. I just never released it in any way, shape, or form. And the other day, I just happened to find the lyrics and chords that I had completely lost. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a great song. I should totally be singing that for you. And for me, because I like it too. It's funny, like, I I wrote that song about someone in the public eye, an actor / director, who I had a huge crush on, obviously. And I was like, this is how I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna write a love song, and he's gonna hear it on the radio. He's gonna come running. Obviously that didn't happen, but you know what? I'm glad. Like, obviously I could go on and on and on and on, and I do, but I'm happy I'm with Ryan. He's fabulous. He's the best. And anyway, I'm Mary Pascoe. This is Mary Gets It. Here I am with Bruce Leah the Chug. She is ready for her co-hosting duties. She just had a bath, She's smelling fresh and looking wonderful. And so she wants to just say a quick hello.
Hello, this is Bruce. And I have to go to the vet as soon as we're done recording, so, I'm just going to enjoy this moment and not think about the vet.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Bruce. You know, Bruce is really good at going to the vet, though. Like, she's such a good girl. I love you, Bruce. And shout out to Amanda at the vet. She's so nice, and she and Bruce are good friends. So, yes. Oh my gosh. Dylan, Ryan's brother, was talking about Bruce the other day, and he was like, she looks like a little burnt sausage. And the noises she makes make it sound like she's still sizzling. Oh, my little burnt sausage, Bruce. One time, Ryan and I were walking Bruce, and this guy walking by, random dude, was just like, she ain't never missed a meal. Yeah, she's got a little tummy, you know. We're trying to get her a little more exercise because I definitely I give her too many treats, let's just say. It's hard to say no to this beautiful little face, and she'll just put her paw if you're eating anything, like, she'll eat it all. She just puts her little paw like, hey, I'm here. I want some. Give it to me. I'm ready. I'm ready for my food. Share with me now. But I've been really trying to curb that. Just a little, I feel like she can have a little bit of most things. Of course, there's the list of things that dogs aren't allowed to eat. But, that's Bruce for you, though. She's making sizzling noises. She'll take it, man.
Yeah, ain't no thing like a free lunch.
Bruce, I think that the phrase is actually, there is no such thing as a free lunch.
Oh, I don't know about that. I always get free lunches. Everything's free.
They say that, and it's true. Like, when I was younger, like, I don't know, 21, let's just say, I would be like, no, there's totally free stuff. Like, I get free stuff all the time. I get free drinks at the bar, and nowhere is that saying there's no such thing as a free lunch truer than at the bar, because you think, oh my gosh, it's a free drink. It's so not a free drink. That dude is gonna follow you around for the rest of the night. Like, obviously, I'm not saying you owe them anything because they got you something for free. I'm saying they think that you do, so they're gonna follow you around. You can tell them to back off, and they probably won't. Oh my gosh. So, okay. This is so weird. Ryan picked up this book. As I have mentioned on the show before, I've read like a lot of dating self-help books, which my friend Kira was like, you need to hide those. Don't tell anyone that you read those. You shouldn't be advertising that. She's like my second mom. Like, that's something my mom would say. Don't be telling people about that. Ryan found this book. It's called Stop Getting Dumped. And he just opened it casually and started reading aloud. And it was like, Chapter 3, never call a man, or something. It was like, never, ever call a man. And he was like, well, that doesn't seem like it would ever go anywhere. And he's like, never call a man. If they really want to talk to you, they'll call you. Yeah, that makes sense. I call you every day. It was so cute. And then in that portion, I think it said something like, now if you believe that if you never call him, he's never going to call you, think about all the guys that you don't want to call you and they keep calling you. It's so true. And that's that dude that follows you around the bar. So, word to the wise. It's not worth that, like, $10 or whatever to have some creep follow you around for the rest of the night. Because it's really difficult to get rid of them. It really is. Oh, dating self-help books are good. I stand by. I'm glad that I read them. You know, I have no shame telling you that I read them, because obviously it finally, after 30 plus years, worked out, and I got the prize. Sorry, Ryan, I just called you a prize. But hey, if you have any questions, I might be able to answer them because I have read everything. Have you ever read Steve Harvey's book? That's one that I haven't read, but I do watch his show on occasion. I love that guy. He's so funny. Like, I actually just watched it right before recording this. So he's fresh on the brain. And he's always talking about don't give away the cookie. Don't give up the cookie. I think his rule is like 90 days, like 3 months. Don't give up the cookie. And that's really good advice. The best advice is, of course, wait as long as you can. That's the advice that I give. I don't know. What do you think? Obviously, I have nothing wrong with whatever anyone wants to do. That's totally up to everyone. There are a lot of people who still wait for marriage, and I applaud that. That is impressive. It's beautiful and wonderful. So, yeah, we can talk about this further. I would love to hear your thoughts. But, yeah, I definitely say, like, as long as you can, because there are so many people out there who will literally say and do anything just to get that, and then be like, see ya, as soon as they get it. It's true, you know? Your parents told you this probably when you were growing up, and you probably were like, but this person's different. Yeah. Anyway, we don't have to go down this road too far today. Steve Harvey just randomly mentioned his Aunt Agnes, and I don't know anything about his Aunt Agnes except for she bothers him. She annoys him. But I was just like, immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, like Aunt Agnes sounds like a character, right? Like, I just immediately saw, like, she would be like, Steve, I watched your program, and you was talking about the cookie. You shouldn't be calling it a cookie. That's gross. I just picture her like nitpicking every single thing that he does and says on his show. Like, my nephew, Steve Harvey, he's always talking about what you should do as a lady in your relationships. Shoot. I'm a lady. I don't need to be hearing about, these nasty things that he be saying. It's just wrong. Aunt Agnes. I want to see Steve Harvey do an impression of her. I'm sure it's hilarious. I love that guy so much. He's so funny, and he always just tells it like it is. It's so good. Do you remember when we were kids and we would like try to be bad and do things that were like kind of bad but kind of not. Like we would like hold up our ring finger and like pretend like we were flipping someone off, but like we, you know, it would be like I feel bad, like I'm a bad kid, but you couldn't really get in trouble because it wasn't your middle finger. By the way, like now that I'm just saying it out loud, I'm thinking, like, how absurd is it that you can get in so much trouble for holding up one of your fingers? Like, this is just one of those weird, like, societal things, you know? I mean, this sort of thing would never happen in the animal kingdom. Like, if Bruce Lee tried to flip someone off, you know, another dog, it would just be like, okay, so. But humans, we place all this meaning on certain things. It's so weird. Ooh, people are weird. I don't get it. But yeah, then another thing that we used to do. Did you do this when you were little? We would say, I think I learned this on the bus of all places. Shh, we would go shh, and then after saying shh, we would be like, it's in there. What's in there? I don't know. But the point was to blend it all together, the shh and then the it's in there. I'm not going to blend it together for the purposes of this podcast because we are remaining FCC appropriate here. That is the goal. I'm going to pat myself on the back because I've been doing a good job of it so far. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I am a licensed radio DJ, though, so I know all the inappropriate, you know, non-FCC appropriate words. So that was when I was a kid. Oh man, we used to all say that all the time, and it's like, ooh, like you're such a bad kid. You're not even really saying that bad word. Bruce Leah has never said a bad word in her life. She's a good girl. Okay, girl. I love that meme. I wish I knew who made it so I could give them credit, but there's this pug looking out the window of a car or something, like just looking off, and it says like, I just don't know. What if I never find out who's a good boy? And I think that's so funny. Oh my gosh. But Bruce knows. She's a good girl. She's the good girl. The little burnt sausage. How come on those commercials for Eucrisa, etc., like all the prescriptions or whatever, they have to say, do not use if you're allergic to Eucrisa. I can't believe that's something that we have to say. Hey, don't use this if you're allergic to it. Are people actually suing because they were allergic to something? Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, well, you wouldn't really know you were allergic to it until you used it, right? So that's a little weird. But if you know, Red Lobster doesn't say do not eat if you're allergic to crab. How come restaurants don't have to say it, but these drug companies have to say it? I just think that's weird and or sad if that really needs to be said. Like, is that not the most obvious thing in the world? Do we really not know that we shouldn't be using something if we're allergic to it? I don't know. Okay, it's time to let's get real. Okay, this happened a little bit ago, but I'm still thinking about it, so we have to talk about it. All right. I'm not gonna name any names here. I'm just going to leave it as generic as possible. Actually, let's give them fake names. I'm going to write down the fake names so I don't forget. Let's say Pam and Ted. Those are good names. Pam from The Office. My friend Pam, who is a comedian. This is about comedians. Two of my comedian friends. My friend Pam decided to badmouth my friend Ted on Twitter. And she had seen his Netflix special, which is amazing. And she wrote that basically she wrote a lot of mean stuff about him. Like, he's not funny. He's overrated, maybe. I don't remember her exact words, but it was a really mean tweet. And she was like, here's the reasons why the people are probably laughing. And then she listed some. It was not nice. And I love Pam. She's like, up until this post, I thought she was one of the coolest people in the world. She's booked me on her show, and we've been doing comedy together for a long time. And, I thought we were good friends. And then, so he saw this post and retweeted it with a comment. And he does have quite a large following. So I think that he said something like, I can see that you're also a comedian. Why don't you come follow me sometime? I'd like to see that. And that's not a mean thing to say. She was really mean in her post, and then he was just kind of like, okay, so let's see what you got. Come follow me and we'll see. And then she took the whole screenshots over to Facebook to talk about it. And almost everyone was totally on her side and saying that's they called it bullying what he did, which it's not. Obviously, they were like, well, he has a huge following, so he knew that his followers were going to go attack her. And it's she actually said mean things about him, and I love her, but she said mean things about him, which I don't agree with. I jumped right in to defend him. I was like, he's awesome. He works really hard. He's super nice, and he's hilarious. And what are you doing? And people were so commenting back to me like I was part of the problem or something. And it's no, I'm standing up for my friend because my other friend is bad-mouthing him. And then people were like, well, yeah, but he's in the public eye, so he should expect to get these reviews. And it's she's not a critic. She's another comedian. And I personally try really hard not to put down other comedians in the public eye on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Sure, okay, since we're getting real, yeah, I've said a few negative things here and there to my friends in private, but to put something on Twitter like that, I can't comprehend it. And it got me thinking, people, because he has attained a certain level of success, people are no longer viewing him as a colleague. I said something well, we're all in the trenches together, and they're like, he is far from the trenches, honey. I don't think they said honey, I just added that for effect. But yeah, he is. Comedy is hard, no matter what level. And probably it's way harder the higher you get, because you have a lot of people expecting you to be so super hilarious, and you're making a ton of money, so there's all that added pressure that you have to really earn that money. So you know what? Ted probably is actually like deeper in the trenches than we are, because people going to our shows don't really expect us to be like the best comedians in the world. I'm, of course, striving to be the best comedian in the world. That is my goal, to be the best everything. But I don't have that pressure. And anyway, that's a little, side tangent that I could go off on for a while. But the thing that I really was starting to like feel sick over is, at what point do people stop being people in the random person's eyes because they have a certain amount of celebrity? Everyone is a person, Ted is a really nice guy, and every time I've ever talked to him, it's just like talking to any other friend of mine. Like, he's just a chill, cool dude who happens to be insanely successful, wildly talented. So is it a jealousy thing? Is it that people are like, oh, well, he makes all the money, so I can talk bad about him if I want to? And the person who said something to me, like, I think it was to me, something like, well, if you're in the public eye, expect to get reviews. Aren't we kind of all in the public eye now with social media? If we put a selfie up on Facebook, that's kind of putting ourselves out there in the public eye. So does that mean that people should start ripping on other people just because they're in the public eye? Gosh. Oh, let me have some tea. Hang on. I'm spilling all this tea. I better spill some in my mouth. Shoot. Oh my gosh. But long story short, I saw Pam the other day. We did a show together, and thankfully there was no drama. She was just, nice as usual to me, and we hugged and chatted, and everything seems to be fine. It was a little awkward, I'll be honest. And, you're not always going to agree with your friends, obviously. But I stand by, like, I don't know why anyone would. I guess it's like a normal thing that people just like badmouth artists, but well, we live in LA here, so those of us who have lived here long enough have learned not to do it like at the grocery store. If you're at Ralph's, you don't like point at the tabloid and start bad-mouthing someone, because they might be right behind you in line. That totally happens. So I don't understand why you would put something out on Twitter. That's kind of the same deal. That's just like standing in line at Ralph's. They're going to see it. It's on Twitter. You put it out to the whole world. But, that was a while ago, and I should be over it by now. I'm sure Ted has probably forgotten about it. So that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Just, try to be nice. I still kind of feel bad about saying that I wasn't totally in love with the Life of Kylie show, which I do still intend to watch again, to try to watch again. Because I do love Kylie. I think she's great. And I'm sure that I'm going to love that show. I think maybe it just had a slow start. And that's all. And that's okay. It's okay to not like everything that's out there in the world. But maybe just remember that everyone is a person just like you. And they have feelings too. And having a lot of money doesn't mean you're covered in armor and you can't feel the mean comments. So let's just be nice. let's be like Bruce Lee, the little burnt sausage, and let's be nice. Not like the fictionalized Aunt Agnes Harvey. Aunt Agnes is probably actually really, really cool. I don't know anything about her at all. But just the name Aunt Agnes really sounds like it needs to be a character. Hi, Pam. Hi, Ted. I think someday you could really be good friends. You could really be good friends. So why am I getting in the middle of this little tiff? It's because I stand up for my friends. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wrote this really involved Facebook post the other day about gift cards at restaurants and the fact that at a lot of places you can't put a tip on the gift card. And I think it would be really great if gift cards included a really fat 20 or 25% tip. Or whatever would be appropriate for whatever thing. If it's like a massage therapist or whatever, then whatever a really good tip is. Because a lot of people who get gift cards don't tip on the gift cards. What? It's so messed up. And I really had to stand up for my friend. Because some people came in with a $50 and $100 gift card. They spent $158 and then left him a lousy $6 tip. And that ain't right. Because, listen, you have to tip out the busser and the host and the food runner and the bartender. So after he tipped out everybody, which is based on sales, he probably didn't even make a dime off that table, and that ain't right. Sometimes you have to dig into your own pocket and tip out because the people stiff you, or they just like leave, I don't know, this happens. People leave $2 on like a $200 bill, and you have to pay to wait on them. That doesn't make any sense. Write a Twitter post about that. That makes a lot more sense to me than ripping someone apart for just trying to bring laughter and joy into the world. Time to take little Bruce to the vet. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Oh, I kinda get it. I'm going to put my referral link for inbox dollars so you can make a little extra cash laying in bed in your jammy jams, watching TV, taking surveys, and I'll get a tiny bit of a kickback. And so we can all make a little bit of extra money to buy Bruce things, to buy yourself things. And yeah, let's hang out on social media. I'm at Mary Pascoe on Twitter, MaryPascoe. The show is at Mary Gets It Pod on Twitter, and then I'm also on Instagram at Mary Pascoe. YouTube is at Mary Pascoe Yo, because at Mary Pascoe got kicked off for being too controversial. And then I'm on Facebook and all that jazz too. Okay, cool. Yay! Thanks for hanging out. I love you so much. Let's keep the conversation going. Hi, Aunt Agnes.